Hey Aries, how's it going? This is your monthly November reading. I'm going to pull some energy to see what comes through for me for what the month looks like ahead. As always, if you're enjoying this content, I please encourage you to give me a follow. If you're enjoying the tarot and the astrology content, you're more than welcome to join my community over on Patreon, and all of that information is available in the link in my bio. And so what I'm just going to do is do a simple spread just to kind of see what the month is looking like, how we're showing up, potential challenges or obstacles that may be showing up for us, and the advice for a successful November. So let's go ahead and see how all my Aries are showing up for us today, what we need to see and hear for our Aries. So the way that we're showing up first and foremost today is we are showing up with the Eight of Swords in the reverse position. We have the Chariot card coming out for us as well. And then we have the Hanged Man card in this deck. And so the way that November is looking for us, it's ironic because it almost feels like we have our foot on the gas and we also have our foot on the brake at the same time. It's almost like as much as we want to move forward with something, as much as we want to proceed with something with the momentum of the Chariot card, we really need to evaluate the sustainability of our actions. It almost feels like in a way, with some of us, we are going through this chapter right now in which we need to be careful of how we're thinking about the actions that we're taking. I always say this about Aries. Sometimes the best way to move forward is by listening to our instincts. Being an Aries, what's happening here is somehow someone's getting caught in their head with something and it's blocking their ability to move forward with something. And it's almost like tied to our ability to proceed with something for our future. It's almost like we're pushing towards something. This could be a project that we're wanting to do, or we're second guessing ourselves in some sort of way. What I would also say with the Hanged Man card coming through is really ask ourselves, perhaps our perception of a situation or the way that we're looking at something is giving us the difficulty. With the Eight of Swords as well, I would just ask us to lean into what are we afraid of right now? Are there fears that are blocking our ability to take action in some direction? Because it feels like the momentum is there, but it feels like we're putting our foot on the brake while the universe's foot is on the gas. Let's go ahead and see what the challenge, the blockage, or the obstacle for November looks like for my Aries. Yeah, this seems to be tied to you have the Three of Wands and you have the Lovers coming out for us in the reverse position here. So what we may be seeing here is in two different equations. It almost feels like whether some of us are blocking out relationships or we're unable to make choices or decisions right now. This could feel like indecision. This could feel like I'm blocked by thinking about something. It's almost like I want these connections. I want something to happen. I'm wanting something to manifest, but at the same time, it's like we're our own blockage in this case and scenario. And it almost feels like when we see the Lovers coming out, yes, it can represent relationships, but it's somehow tied to, for me, the choices and decisions that we're making and moving forward. In some essence right now, I would be curious for some people that are listening, and if this resonates, definitely drop this in the comments. I'd be curious to see what was happening in June of July of 2024 to see if anything that was happening then is manifesting now, or perhaps we need to look back at June and July of 2024 and ask ourselves what was our momentum then, and perhaps since then we've gotten stuck in some sort of way. I would also be conscious in the month of November related to our friendships, our contracts with friends. Maybe it's also a situation here where we need to be aware of how the people that are around us right now are also, blocking our ability to take action. This is like power of suggestion, which is, am I sharing my ideas with other people? And, as I'm sharing my ideas with other people, they give me my feedback. And so I start questioning myself or I start doubting myself. What is my advice for my Aries in the month of November, please? What is my advice for my Aries? Yeah, it's all about trusting yourself. It's almost like you've gone through so much in the past couple of years, we'll say since 2022, 2021, and it's almost as if you've garnered a lot of wisdom. And now it's time for you to really ask yourself, knowing what I know and knowing what I've been through, how can I approach these situations differently moving forward? Being partnered with your solar plexus, this is all about trusting yourself. This is all about embracing that power center, your sun center, having the self-confidence and the self-esteem to move forward. There may be some people right now as well that need to close down, like I said, friendships or relationships this month. And it has a purpose for it because I feel like we're paving way for something bigger. And I would just say that right now it's kind of reconnecting with the fire that you have, because it can almost feel like with so much thinking, where's the fire? It could feel like the fire's been squelched. I'm just going to roll some dice just to see. These are a pair of astrology dice that I got. I just kind of want to see what the energy is looking like for my Aries. So you have Cancer. We have it with our second house, and we have it with the North Node. For those of you who are not familiar, this feels like a lot of self-love, a lot of tenderness, a lot of giving to yourself and focusing on self-reliancy in a caring, loving, and nurturing way. Some of my Aries may need to go through some of the remothering process, or if you're not doing that, that may be a call to action. Don't rely on other people for your success. Rely on yourself for your success. And if you're relying on you, you're going to notice that your money's going to flourish, your finances are going to flourish, and things are going to grow for you. But it feels like perhaps you've given your power away to other people, which makes sense when I see the Lovers in the reverse position, and this could be blocking our choices here. And it's almost like you may be wanting other people to give you direction, and they're not going to do it. So the sooner that you learn that and you press on and you embrace the fears and you take the courage to move forward with your life is going to blossom. So again, this is just a snippet to see what we see in November for my Aries. If you're looking for more information and something more personal, you can go ahead and book a one-to-one in my link tree in my bio. Again, if you want to join my community of astrology and tarot, you're more than welcome to join my Patreon, and all that information is available in the link in my bio. I hope you guys all have an amazing November, and thank you for tuning in.